Okay, this video is going to show you how to fit one of our Toyota Hilux Mark 6 Vigo rear bumpers onto the truck. So let me just show you what you get. You obviously get one of these bumpers here. Now this is stainless steel, not chrome, so it's mirror polished stainless steel, but it won't rust like chrome. On chrome bumpers, if you scratch the surface, then you lose the chrome protective layer, and then you'll start getting it rusting. So for the UK market, we recommend this stainless one. As you can see, we've got the genuine Toyota one we've taken off, which has been on our truck, and then you can see it's pretty damaged. But if you just look at the general appearance of them together, you can see they're virtually identical. And then obviously on the top plate, if I just spin it round so you can see the top tread there, that's the replacement one here. Obviously one of my end caps is missing as well, but the appearance is the same as the original. Okay, and the brackets, if I just show you, this is one of the original brackets we've taken off here. This is for the left side. Okay, so if we just compare that, you can see that again it's pretty much the same. It's the same weight, same gauge of steel, mounts on the same point. So right, now this is the fitting kit. Obviously you don't get the tool supplied, but this is the fitting kit. So we've separated these. These bolts here with the fine thread are the bolts that bolt the bumper bracket to the chassis on the car. These bolts here are what bolts the bumper to the brackets. Okay, so we'll go through that now. The tools you'll need to do this, we've got a 19mm spanner, a 19mm socket, and a 17mm socket, and a 17mm socket driver. So that's the parts we'll need. Okay. Right, so let me just grab, right, now the one thing to note here is the brackets don't come marked left and right. Okay, so we've marked these for you, so if I put them that way up it'll be a little more useful. So we're going to start with the left hand bracket first, okay. Right, so we need that, and we'll take a couple of these fixings with us. Okay. And the 17mm spanner. Okay, now if we take a look under the truck. Okay, right, this is the end of the chassis leg. Okay, and hopefully you can see on the screen we've got these two threaded holes here. Okay, so what we can do actually is we can put the first one in just loosely. Okay. Right, then with the washer on it there. Okay, and then that goes under here. Get that one slotted in. Okay, and then we can put this one in. So if you just zoom back a bit so you can see the configuration of that, you can see you've got this sort of where it swoops down near the rear valance, and then it should exit pretty straight there. Okay, now there is a little bit of adjustment on there. It's going to be better to adjust to have it to the lowest position, because that's where it's always going to tend to be. Okay, so let's not tighten those up just yet. Let's do the other side. Again, exactly the same on the other side. And a couple of turns first. Careful not to cross thread it. Okay, make sure the washer goes on that side. One thing to note is that our bumper does have the cutout in it at the top so that you can get the spare wheel winder in. And I'll just point that out to you because it's a useful thing to note on your truck. So on the truck, you've got this little access point here in the rear valance where you have to put the handle in to wind the rear wheel down. And then if you look on the bumper, you can see we've got to do that. So one thing we've got to do when we check the bumpers on is check we've got clearance to get that in. Okay. So with that fitted now, we're going to grab a couple of bolts with washers in. If we look at what we've got here, this are like the reinforcing plates or the gusset plates on the inside of the bumper. Now these bolt holes here are going to line up with the two we've got on there. Okay, so they're going to go inside. That's it. Okay.
got a tow bar, but your tow bar shouldn't affect this bumper. So there we go, we've got the one in. Get the second one in. Okay, and then the second one goes in there. Okay, so I'll just put the... So the bumper's supplied here with nylock nuts. So these are the ones that don't vibrate loose. So we've got a washer on each side. So there you go, from the inside there. Put a washer on each one. Okay, and then we'll fit a nut onto each one. Okay, we'll just turn it up to the... Okay, so that... Let's go get the two... So again, so we've got two bolts here. Two washers on, and we're just trying to line up those two holes under the back here. So get that one in first, and then just spin the bumper around to get the second one. Okay. Okay, then we'll fit the nuts and the washer first. Okay, right, and then obviously we've got to start looking. We'll start tightening the chassis bolts first, and now we've got that on, we'll tighten these into the captive nuts already on the chassis. Okay, then we've just got to check the position. Obviously you've got some movement on these brackets here, and what you've got to do is obviously make sure you've got clearance between the bodywork and the truck, and then additionally here you've got to make sure you've got clearance to get your starting handle in. So yeah, alright, so we now need to swap to the 17mm socket, sorry, the 19mm socket. So now we're on the 19mm. Okay, so when you're happy with the position of your bumper, tighten up all the bolts, and this step should be level. We've done this now, step should be level. You'll notice we've got a gap here between the bodywork and the bumper, and we've got access to the centre hole. So that's everything all done. The last job you've got to do is the number plate light. So this bumper comes complete with number plate light mounted up in here. Unfortunately it doesn't come with a connector on the end. So what you've got to do is take your old, this is the original Toyota connector, and you could Scotch block it on, but just for speed today we're just going to chop this one off, okay? Right, and then trim these two wires back. Okay, two. Two of those. Right, and then we've got the two bumper leads here. We'll just trim a bit more back on those. Okay. And then what we're going to use is some of these little crimp connectors here. Okay, so I'll just twist those up. Okay. Crimp this side. Well, now it doesn't matter which way you connect, but we're going to do the white to the white and then the black to the green. Okay, so we've got the white to the... Okay. Put that way there. Okay, you could solder these for ultimate reliability. That would be the better job, really. But the crimp will be fine. Okay. Crimp that one. Do the same with the other one, and that's the job done then. Check your number plate light works, and that's the finished job.